Cricket Country Cares for St. Jude Kids Radiothon on 99.9 KRKT. Farmer's Daughter with Rodney Atkins, and raising money for St. Jude today, and hopefully Rodney can spark the phones a ringing. Are you there, Rodney?
I sure am.
Hey,
How
buddy.
you doing, Angie?
Oh my gosh, we're doing great as long as the phones are ringing here. You know, you've called in on these radiothons. You've probably been a part of radiothons for St. Jude, and I know you've been to St. Jude.
Yeah, that's actually, I guess, where Scott and I met, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Many years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was before we released If You're Going Through Hell. It was like right that January of 06.
I remember that because I'd heard it. We started playing it, and then I saw whoever was working for Curb at the time for your record label, and he said, "Hey, I want you to hear this song." And he started playing. He had to he put the earphones on. I'm like, "I'm playing that already." He goes, "You're playing it already? Well, Rodney's right there. You should go tell him." So I sat down with a bucket of beer, and I didn't leave all night, I don't think. So
Yeah.
It was the experience of going to St. Jude Hospital and visiting with those kids. It just, it changes your life, your perspective on how blessed you are. Because if you grow up fortunate and not being sick, being healthy, and then you have kids of your own, and you don't have to, you deal with chicken pox, might get tubes in their ears, some little, what a lot of kids deal with.
Yeah.
But until you walk through a hospital like St. Jude's, you don't realize what these families, what these kids are going through. And that's what the Radiothon is about, is to give these little fighters a chance to fight. That's all they're asking for, and that's the least that we can do.
And you make it a point to go to the hospital as many times of the year as you can.
We do. I try to visit. I've been invited to No More Chemo parties before, where you walk in with silly string, and they celebrate, the end of their chemo therapy and radiation. And I tell you that the amazing thing about what I say with St. Jude is when you go in, is they're rainbow-colored walls, and it's a very uplifting, positive place. Which has so much to do with the health of these kids, not to mention all the research St. Jude does. But you see the looks on the faces of these parents. And a lot of times the parents are just passing each other on the interstate, going back and forth, because somebody's got to keep working. Usually somebody has to, stop working in order to stay at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And they don't. The parents don't get to see each other very often through this. It could be a year, 2 years, 3 years that they're going through this unbelievable, draining, just a very emotional period. And all they're trying to do is keep the kid positive, keep them, up. And I know that's what you're trying to raise money for, to provide that element for these kids to not have to worry, and for the parents not to have to worry more than they already are. I can imagine that burden of, or what that would feel like, if you ask these parents to probably walk out, just stand out here in front of this truck and let it run over you and your kid will be better. They do that. It would be easy. But they can't. They need us. They need you listening in your cars, you listening in your office at home, the guy next to you in his car, everybody to get involved. I've even asked people to, instead of, for your tithe, one Sunday a month, send it to St. Jude.
Mm-hmm.
And you can pledge right now, 1-800-942-8771. That's the number we have set up. The people are here to take your calls. Our volunteers are here now.
I think if Rodney Atkins asks you to do something, you better do it.
You should do it.
Is how I operate. And
hey, he knows what he's talking about.
And as a dad, I know, well, I'm a mom, not a dad, but as a mom, I get worried when my son or daughter, something comes up, and my head goes to worst case scenario. It's just how I operate. But then I think, St. Jude is there. They're working on this. If something ever should happen, I kind of rest assured that St. Jude is there. Is that sort of how because you're a dad, Rodney. You have a son, Elijah.
Yeah, and I have two stepdaughters, Lindsay and Morgan, also. And, it's kind of, that's another challenge you can send out to folks, grandparents, parents, brothers, sisters, classrooms, challenge of, if you have a healthy sibling, if you healthy grandkids, healthy kids, send a donation on behalf of them to count your blessings.
Yeah, it's an amazing, uplifting place, like Rodney said, you know, and that's what the good they're doing there is unmatched by any other place. I can't imagine any other facility like St. Jude.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up, spent the first part of my life, I was, you know, in an orphanage and sick, and just had people that took care of me, and that's how I got through that period. And then I wound up with great, you know, parents that adopted me, and it's a very real thing that these kids, they need the support, the love, the caring of we're in this together, of everybody out there helping each other out, because it's for real.
Well, we thank you, and we appreciate you taking time out. I know it's you're trapped in snow, and you're in the studio working on a new album right now. So we really appreciate you taking time out to spend it with us and to plead with people to become partners in hope during our radiothon, which is going on today and tomorrow. And we want to wish you the best, you and your family. So thank you so much, Rodney.
Oh, thank you, Angie, Scott. Love y'all.
Thanks,
everybody.
bud.
Call in, and I'll see y'all sometime this summer. I'm sure we'll be out there playing.
I can't wait for it. We hope to see you real soon. But thanks again for the time, and we look forward to hearing the new music you're working on today.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Right. Thanks a lot. Rodney Atkins, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. 1-800-942-8771. That's the number to call in and pledge and become a partner in hope.
1-800-942-8771. Like I said, Rodney Atkins asks you to do something. That's reason enough for me. Here's Reba and Kelly Clarkson.
He's a great guy, huh?